welcome to AI World. Today I will discuss something that will slightly deviate from our previous discussions. That means in my previous two videos I have shown you how to write stories, English stories, with the help of AI tools like Gemini Bard or ChatGPT or Blackbox AI, etc. And at the same time I promise that we will also learn something more. That means there are students, there are people who want to know how to use AI tools for their learning, right? And writing English, better English, of course, is a part of our curriculum. That's okay, and we will see more of it in my next videos. That is also okay. But at the same time, we can also learn some English grammar, basics of English grammar that I discussed previously, and how I can use Gemini Bard. You can see here Gemini Bard, and I can use this Gemini Bard AI tool, and it's very easy to handle. First of all, if you have a Google account, you can just type Gemini Bard and it will open up in your Chrome browser, and after that you can just ask any question by clicking this new chat button. Okay, if you click this new chat button, then it will open up this text box, and here you can type your question and it will answer you back. Now my question is, I want to learn the basics of English grammar. Can you help me? So it replies that yes, I can help you learn the basics of English grammar, etc. Then it puts out some basics how we can use these tools to just to move ahead with this learning process. Let me show you something. Like, first of all, the basics of English grammar starts with parts of speech. Okay, after that comes sentence structures, then comes verb tenses. Now I will cover everything here one by one, so that the absolute beginners or a little bit intermediate students who also learn to or try to understand English grammar in a better way, so that these lessons might be helpful for them. Okay, so I will start with English grammar, and there is a separate playlist. You will find it in my home tab, so you can check that playlist, and in that playlist I will put these lessons one after another, so that you can find them in one place. Okay, basics of English grammar with AI tools, that will be the name of the playlist. Okay, so let me start with parts of speech. That means we can see here that it starts with nouns. Okay, so first of all I would like to tell you one thing. In any kind of sentence, any kind of, imagine of any language, any sentence, in your, if it is your native language or English language or French or German or Spanish or anything, there should be one thing without which a sentence is incomplete. One parts of speech. Okay, and that parts of speech is nothing but the verb. Okay, without verb a sentence is absolutely incomplete. Okay, you can in fact create a sentence. Sentence means what? Sentence means something that is meaningful also, isn't it? So whenever you think of sentence, any kind of sentence, however short it is or however big it is, okay, it could be simple sentence, it could be complex sentence, it could be compound sentence. There are three types of sentence mainly. I will discuss them later part by part, don't worry. Now in every sentence there is one thing, one parts of speech which we must have, that is verb. Okay, without verb a sentence is incomplete, and with one verb you can, of course you can write a sentence with only one verb. Like if I say go, it's a sentence, meaningful sentence, and it means that I am instructing someone to go. You go, or they go, or something like that, or I go, etc. Now what I want to tell you, what I want to emphasize is that the parts of speech, the most important parts of speech, without which a sentence is not or cannot be created, cannot be written, cannot be meaningful is verb. Okay, the most important parts of each. But normally or usually we start with noun. So here Gemini also starts with nouns. It's okay. And nouns are what? Nouns are words that name people, places, things, ideas. That means normally we give anything a name first. Okay, so I have a name, of course you have a name, maybe multiple names. Okay, so everything has a name, right? A computer, whenever we say computer, an image is created in our mind, isn't it? So whenever we say bird, an image is created in our mind. Whenever we say webcam or table lamp or microphone or anything, shirt, everything has a name. So noun is basically naming a thing, nothing else. And this kind of naming, how nouns are classified, or what kinds of nouns are there, etc., I can ask Gemini to provide those information. Okay, so let's see. So let's start with noun. So I ask Gemini that, now what is the purpose of these tutorials? The purpose is just to make you aware of these AI tools, to teach you anything that you want to learn, nothing else. Okay, so I am using Gemini Bard to teach me about noun today. Okay, so I ask Gemini, can you elaborate more about nouns? Okay, so our learning process starts like this. Okay, now it of course it produces a lot of things here, and more or less many things I can use from here, like nouns, the building blocks of sentences. And what are the types of nouns? You can see here, common nouns, number 1. And examples is, these are general names for people, places, things or ideas. Common nouns means boy, girl, city, country, book, happiness. Now I would like to say one thing about common nouns, is that common noun means common. Okay, so when we say boy or when we say girl, I don't mention any particular boy. So basically common noun means a group of people that belongs to that boy category. There are many boys or there are many girls, there are many books, and each book has separate name or something like that. I will come to that point later, but you need to understand one thing, that common noun means common. That means a group of things, right? So boy, girl, city, etc. There are hundreds and thousands of cities in the world. So when we say city, it does not mean it's only the New York City or London or Calcutta. No, city means city. Every place that I just mentioned is a city. Okay, and country, there are a lot of countries, you know, so everyone is country. India is a country, Great Britain is a country, France is a country, or USA is a country, Indonesia is a country, Canada is a country. So every country has its own name, but they belong to one category, that is country. One common name they all have, that is country. I hope it makes sense, right? Then comes proper nouns. Proper nouns means what? Proper nouns, these are specific names for people, places, things or ideas. That means when I say a boy may have a name like John. When we say girl, it's a common noun, but when we say Mary is a girl, then Mary is the proper noun of the common noun girl. I hope it makes sense. Then comes concrete nouns. Concrete noun means these are nouns that you can perceive with your senses. That means there are a lot of things in this world. Two types. There are two types. One, we could sense. Sense means what? We can feel, we can touch, we can smell, we can just what to say? We can perceive with our other senses. Okay, we can taste or hear, etc. That means a table. We can touch a table. We can chair. We can sit on a chair and feel that okay, it's either it's comfortable or not comfortable. Okay. Flower. We can smell. Is it? And we can see, of course. So there are 5 things. I mean to put it in the proper way. Either seeing it or touching it, tasting it, smelling it, or hearing it. Okay, these are senses. We can perceive with these senses. So whatever it may be that we can perceive with our senses, that belongs to concrete noun. But something, there are also nouns that we cannot perceive with senses. That means something that we cannot touch. Think like love. Think like hate or beauty or intelligence or peace. These things are often ideas or concepts we cannot perceive with our senses, but we can think about it. We can have an idea inside our mind about it. Okay, so these are abstract nouns. So there are abstract nouns, and there are also collective nouns. Collective nouns means these are nouns that refer to a group of people or things like team, family, crowd, army, flock. And you know, the collective noun and the first one, that means the common noun, they have a common link, because whenever we say a team could comprise with of boys or girls or men or women. They are common nouns, but they form a pack, a group, and then we call it a team. A family, there are several members in the family, boys, girls, etc. They all have first of all common noun, then proper nouns, because every boy has a name, every girl has a name, etc. But they all together, when they come, it means a family. Okay, but when you talk about family bond, then this bonding that we cannot touch, feel, sense, etc., it is an abstract noun. I hope it makes sense. Okay, and then comes countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Obviously, it's quite obvious because we can count. There are several things that we can count. That means books, pens, etc. And there are several things that we cannot count. Love we cannot count, or happiness we cannot count. Basically, the abstract noun we cannot count, and basically the concrete nouns we can count. You can remember these things in that way. Then comes nouns in sentences, and there are, of course, there is an idea of sentence now come, because how we can use these nouns in a sentence. Okay, so a sentence is something that has a subject and an object, distinctly 2 parts. Okay, and normally the subject is the noun. Then the object could also be a noun, that is a different thing, and we can talk about it in a different way in a different tutorial, because that's a different thing. Because nouns in sentences, if we have just completed the nouns, so we need to, first of all, we need to understand what nouns are and what, then we can, of course, we can come to sentences later, because nouns in sentences mean nouns can perform various roles in a sentence. That means it can be a subject, it can be an object, it can be a complement, it can be a appositive, etc. But that is a different topic altogether, because we need to discuss sentence in a different video. Okay, because if I just add these things with the nouns, then the primary goal of our learning nouns will be misplaced. Rather, it's not a proper way, I think, that I should mix up sentences with nouns at present. But I can only say that we can use nouns in any English sentence in different way. Okay, just remember that noun can be used in different ways in any English sentence. That is all. When we will cover sentence, we will come back to that point again, and we will see how we can use nouns in those sentences. It's okay. So that is it from today, from me for today. And in the next video, I will come across with the second parts of speech. That means here we come pronouns. Okay, we'll discuss pronouns, we'll also see how pronouns are used in nouns, just an introductory note. Then I will cover one by one verbs, adjectives, etc. And after only completing those parts of speech totally, then we'll come to sentence structure, and we'll see how these parts of speech are used in those sentence structures. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care and stay safe.